Hey everyone, welcome to another video on Blender geometry nodes. In this video, we will see about index of nearest node. I release new videos on a weekly basis. Please subscribe to my channel so that you will be notified when I upload a new one. This is Jay from CJ Academy. Let's start. Okay, I have the default cube. There is a custom workspace for me. I have created it myself. I have covered it in a separate video. I'll share the link in the description. You can take a look at it. For now, we don't need the cube or the output because we are going to use the viewer node. Let's add icosphere and connect this to the viewer node. I have covered about the viewer node also in a separate video. I will share the link in the description. You can take a look. Now we need a value. Let's bring in the index of nearest node. What it gives is index value it gives. So let's bring in index node as well to show the difference between them. Okay, let's plug it in the index node first and change the overlay settings to view the attribute text in a better way. Okay, now it is visible better. Okay, so 0th index, first index, second index, third, fourth, and fifth. If you see now, okay, in the wireframe mode. Now, index of nearest node means in general. So if you see, find the nearest element in a group similar to the sample nearest. So sample nearest node we will see in a different video. In this case, it will tell you which index is the nearest to the current index. So if you notice the difference here, I'll go back. This is 0th index. Focus on the 0th index. If I plug this to the value of your node, this 0 changed to 2, meaning nearest index to the index 0 is index 2. So similarly for each index, there is one index which is close to it. That index information is placed here. So this is applicable to all of it. So that's why you see difference in all the places. So in some cases there are the same index is repeated in both places. This is because it is checked which is near to that. 5 is near to this, 5 is near to this as well. So in both places 5 is there. So those two places is actually 1 and 4. Okay, so for 1 and 4, 5 is the nearest one. So that's why. So for 5, index 5, what was nearest? 1. So get it? So similarly, the other things are also placed. To little bit elaborate on this index of nearest node, we'll bring in one more node that's called evaluate at index. Okay, evaluate at index will give you additional information of any index you plug it in. So it can be just a number value, it can be you can plug this or this, anything. Let's see that how it works. For that we'll bring in instance on points and connect. Now let's disconnect this, connect this to your node. Okay, and icosphere as the instance on a grid. Grid will be the source for points. Switch off the wireframe mode now. Let's reduce this to 0.1, increase this to 42 and change this to 12 maybe. Okay, now let's influence the scale value using these two in combination. So if I say plug this and this to here and add the scale value, you can see the difference. So what it does is it takes the index value of each index 0 to in this case how many were there, so 144 indexes. It takes each of the index position position and scale it based on the index value itself. So 0 means 0, 1 means 1. So that's why it's gradually increasing. If you see, to see it better, let's expand this to 240 so that you can see it better. See, it's increasing. The size of it is gradually increasing because we have given the index value as the input itself. So it's an integer value. So and incrementally increases. So that's what is happening here. Instead of this index value, what if I plug this one? See, there is a slight difference. It's not exactly going in the same order. This is mainly because each index has a nearest index value and that is being calculated. Since it is a grid node, you don't see much of a difference, but you definitely see a difference between the each line here. Okay, it's not exactly incremental in the same way. Better than this, Let's bring in the position. I'll bypass this setup and just connect the position here. See what happens. See, you can see. So it has some kind of a pattern to this because each of its index position is added as an input for the scale. But what happens now if I add this to this? So you have a different pattern. Now each of the indexes nearest index. So let's say this is 0. Okay. Zero's nearest index, whatever it was, that index position is taken as a scale value. So that is giving you a nice pattern here. If you take a different domain edge, so then it changes. So instead of position, if you take the index, so you see it's changing. So if you take the position and instead of nearest index, if you take the actual index, that gives you a different value again. You can see the difference. See, because this and this is different. This is the actual index value itself, and this is particular index is nearest index. Actually, it is like taking your neighbor's information. So each point is taking its nearest point's information, and whatever data you can plug it in here, it takes it. And this is in the context of this geometry. This is instance, so it is taken as an instance as it is. It is not evaluated on any of the domain it has, but the grid node is the geometry for this. So it is checking the grids, each index, and takes the nearest index value and then position of it gives in as a scale value. This is powerful because you can actually refer to the nearest one, nearest geometry element and its information. So that's why combined with evaluated index of nearest node can do wonders. Now there is a very cool tutorial done by another person on the same index of nearest connected with evaluated index. I'll share the link in the description or in the comment as a pinned comment. You can take a look. Okay, so that's it about index of nearest node. If you find this video useful, please like it, share it with your friends. If you have any questions or want me to cover any specific topic in Blender, please let me know in the comment section. Please subscribe to my channel. I will see you in another cool video. Thank you. Bye.